I was requested by Niloy to react to his video on trains that he wants for SCR, and the trains that he doesn't want for SCR, which I imply are trains that he thinks are not feasible for SCR. As always, the link to the original video is in the description of this video if you wanna see it for yourself. So without further ado, we'll get this started. Hello guys, today I'm gonna have top 12 trains that I want to see on SCR and 4 trains that I don't want to see on SCR. But anyways, let's go. You can hear that the voice in the original video is the Daniel voice, the voice that I have used for my videos for 7 years, but the one in the original video sounds a bit different to the one I use. I use Oddcast Daniel, but the one in the original video has likely come from a different source. But anyways, let's get on to the trains he wants to see for SCR, and the trains that he thinks are not feasible. Number 1. The Class 802 for Stepford Connect. I know that this train is already on L-Link. Oh hell no. A Class 800 series train can't go on Stepford Connect. It's fine as it is on L-Link. These trains operate on Great Western Railway, TransPennine Express, and formerly Hull trains. The Class 802 still runs on Hull trains. It can go on Connect, because it has routes going from London Paddington to Exeter, Plymouth, and Penzance. And many more regional routes. The Class 802 is not feasible for Connect. Just because a train does regional services doesn't necessarily mean it should be on Connect. Trains like this can't go on Connect, not even the Class 803. I really know that the top speed of it was 125 miles per hour. It'll be a operation speed on 110 miles per hour. 110 miles an hour is the top speed of the Class 802 on diesel power, while on electric power it goes up to 125 miles an hour. This is the first Connect train to have a first class. The first class on Connect would be declassified anyway. Number 2. The Class 460 on L-Link. These trains operate on Gatwick Express. Not anymore though. It stopped service in 2012, before being replaced by the Class 442 on Gatwick Express. It can go on L-Link, cause it has first class, terminating at Gatwick Airport, and an airport train. While the Class 460 meets many of the criteria to be on L-Link, as it didn't have a recess on the roof where a pantograph would have gone, it is likely not feasible for SCR. If you look at the roof of the Class 460, no recess in the roof for a pantograph to go, but if you look at the roof of the Class 458, it had exactly that. Same goes with the 458/5. Number 3. The Class 156 on Waterline. These trains operate on Northern and ScotRail. Although it was on Connect in version 2.0, it can suit Waterline, because it does commuter services on Northern and ScotRail. This is the first suggestion that I agree with. The Class 156 would definitely suit Waterline, on all routes of course. However, it can stay on Connect, for obvious reasons. Number 4. The Class 700 on L-Link. These trains operate on Thameslink. Although an SCR, it was replaced by Class 707 and version 1.0 due to the 6-car variant is non-existent. It can go on L-Link, cause it has first class, terminating at Gatwick Airport, and etc. Yes, 100% agreed. Nothing else to say about this suggestion, so we'll move on to number 5. Number 5. The Class 376. These trains operate on Southeastern. It can suit Connect, cause it does suburban services on London to parts of Kent. Normally if a train does suburban or more local routes, it would be on Waterline, but due to the fact that the Class 376 is a 5-coacher, it would be better suited for Connect. I'd use it on the routes around the Stepford City area, plus the Beryley and Morganstown lines, due to the 376's top speed of 75 miles an hour. Number 6. The Class 320 on Waterline. These trains operate on ScotRail. It'll suit Waterline, cause it does commuter services in Scotland. Agreed. No need for me to say anything about it. Number 7. The Class 222 on Stepford Express. These trains operate on East Midlands Railway. It'll suit Express, cause the top speed of it was 125 miles per hour, and has 4 5, and 7 car variant. The 7 car variant will do the same route as HST5. Agreed on that big time. Car variant. If you say that we already have class 220 and 221. Get out. You'll distinguish some of the front end can. Yeah, for those who say that we can't have the class 224 Express due to the class 220 and 221 already on Express. Get to absolute fuckery. I know that seems quite harsh, but who cares? Number 8. The class 390. These trains operate on Avanti West Coast. It'll suit experts, cause it has top speed of 140 miles per hour, but the operational speed of it was 125 miles per hour. The 9 car variant will be best, cause it has length of 217 meters. It could only be a matter of time before the class 390 comes to SCR in 9 coach form, let alone 11 coach form. I think initially they should add the class 390 in 9 coach form before adding the 11 coach form, for obvious reasons. Number 9. The class 323 on Waterline. These trains operate on West Midlands Railway, and Northern. It was proposed to come on Waterline, but you know the same reason as the class 365. It'll suit Waterline, cause it does commuter services on Northern and West Midlands Railway. Agreed. No need for me to say anything about it. Number 10. The class 180 on Stepford Express. These trains operate on Grand Central and East Midlands Railway. The class 180 doesn't run on East Midlands Railway anymore. They withdrew from EMR in May 2023. It'll suit Express. Because it has a first class, has a top speed of 125 miles per hour, and etc. Yeah, no shit. Number 11. The class 90 on Stepford Connect. These trains operate on Greater Anglia. It'll suit Connect cause it has a top speed of 110 miles per 6. You mean 110 miles an hour? How the hell did the voice say miles per 6? And a regional train. I also agree with that. Finally, number 12. The class 91 on Stepford Express. These trains operate on LNER. It can go on Express. Cause it has first class, has a top speed of 125 miles per hour. And etc. Agreed with that as well. We're done with this, and now let's talk about the trains I don't want to see on SCR, aka the trains that Niloy thinks are not feasible for SCR. Number 1. The class 395. These trains operate on Southeastern. It won't come in SCR. Because there are 3 reasons. 1. It is a high-speed or HS1 train, not an intercity train. 2. It was too fast. At a top speed of 140 miles per hour on electric, and 100 miles per hour on third rail. 3. It lacks first class. First class isn't accessible for Express. You mean first class is a necessity on Express. But anyways, I totally agree. Another reason why it won't come to SCR is due to the fact that it uses 2 signaling systems from France, and SCR is a UK-based Roblox game. Number 2. The class 373 and class 374. These trains operate on Eurostar. It won't come in SCR. Because there are 3 reasons. 1. It is an international train, not an intercity train. 2. It was too fast. The top speed of class 373 is 176 miles per hour, and top speed of class 374 is 200 miles per hour. The top speed of the class 373 is 186 miles an hour, but you're right about the top speed of the class 374. 3. It was too long, at 18 carriages on class 373, and 16 on class 374. The class 373 is formed of 16 and 20 coach variants, but yes, the class 374 is a 16 coacher. But anyways, I agree that Eurostar trains are not feasible for SCR. They can't even shorten them or reduce the top speed to 125 miles an hour. Number 3. The class 805 on Stepford Express. These trains operate on Avanti West Coast. It won't come in SCR. Cause it's very 99% identical to class 801 and 800. When I did my first ever SCR video back in 2021, I used to think the Class 805 would be well suited for express, but I changed my mind like some months later. We should have the 7-coach Class 807 for express instead, as well as the 5-coach Class 810, the latter having a pretty different front and shorter length than the 800 and 801. Finally, number 4. The Class 484 on Waterline. These trains operate on Island Line by Southwestern Railway. It won't come in SCR, cause it was too slow. At a top speed of 45 miles per hour. I agree with that also. Instead we should have the Class 234 Waterline, that has a top speed of 60 miles an hour. However, the Class 230 should only be limited to the routes to and from Benton. And etc. What are the other reasons that the Class 484 is infeasible for SCR? Is the top speed the only reason? Given you said etc., it makes me think there are more reasons. Anyways, I'm gonna give my thoughts on the video, since the rest of the video is just his outro. Niloy, I agreed with the majority of the trains that you said, but I only disagreed with the first trains for the first list. A Class 800 series train wouldn't work for Connect, and a Class 460 couldn't be converted to overhead power, hence not feasible for SCR. The next video will be my 3,500 subscriber Q&A, so stay tuned for it. That will be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe for future content, and I will see you in the next video.